So the comparisons of the different responsibilities a coach has, um, they all change dependent on many different factors. However, they are all equally needed. So the age of the players can affect how the different aspects change, however they are still needed. So the health and safety aspect, health and safety is needed throughout the age groups. However, younger players and older players may need more health and safety procedures carried out to see whether it is safe for their age group to do, due to them being young and maybe not understanding properly, so there may need to be more health and safety to make things safer. Or for the elder population, who may need this as well, to make sure if they fall or anything, they will be in a safe area. However, for an elite athlete, it will be the same. They'll still need health and safety carried out, but this may not be as a greater risk. Professional conduct of the coach and the participants is really important throughout age groups. So there's a lot of concern with younger children. However, this does need to be carried out through all age groups, because it is key for there to be a link between the participant and the coach. There is a respectful role which doesn't overstep any marks and allows for there to be an appropriate level of understanding between the player and the coach to be able to have a successful relationship in the sport. Another responsibility of the coach is to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity. This is vital for young players, elite players, older players. So with the older players, allowing them to even partake in sport gives them an equal opportunity with the younger players. So it allows them to still partake in exercise, and exercises that they may enjoy rather than just ones for elder people. A younger player may need an equal opportunity to be able to play their sport at their age, and also allow them to play with others and, depending on their ability, still be able to play. The insurance is another responsibility the coach has to make sure is in place. Insurance is vital for all ages, so they need to make sure they are insured, so if they get injured, there is insurance policy that allows them to have money paid out, and also if they break any equipment, that there's insurance to cover. So the gender of the player, this especially shows up with professional conduct, so making sure that there is a understanding between the player and the coach, understanding that they to help them improve their exercise and their activity, but still having appropriate conduct. So this could include things such as wearing the appropriate clothing and the way that feedback is given appropriately. Health and safety is also important. This is why we're going to go on to the nature of the sport. So the nature of sport has a great impact on health and safety. So rugby, for example, has big health and safety risks because it's such a high impact sport, as well as tennis needing health and safety to make sure there's no loose objects on the court which could cause the player to fall over, as well as such as gymnastics, when they need to make sure all the equipment is in good condition, making sure there's nothing laying around, and allowing to make sure that the participants are all safe and well. This could be making sure no one's got any injuries before taking part as well. And insurance is also very important, but depends on the nature of the sport. So rugby would need insurance, which is probably going to be more expensive than a tennis player, because a tennis player needs insurance to make sure that if a player gets injured, that it is covered. However, the equipment, there isn't much that could be damaged, so you've only got the rackets and the nets, opposed to something like gymnastics, where you have the whole gymnasium, and you need to make sure that all equipment is insured to make sure if any equipment is damaged that it can be covered by your insurance, but also if any of the players get injured due to the equipment being faulty or due to the way that they were coached, if it was wrong, you need to make sure you've got insurance to cover yourself to make sure that everything's going to be sorted for the player, especially. So dependent on the nature of the sport as well, the conduct of the coach can change. So a gymnastics coach may have a different conduct to a rugby coach due to the kind of contact between, due to the rugby being such a high contact sport. It is key for the coaches to assist players and to show them how things are done, and gymnastics is key for them to be able to spot the players and make sure they do not cause an injury to themselves. So dependent on ability, these things also change. So the insurance may go up as the players get to a higher level due to the fact that there's going to be more at stake, or it's going to be more important, which means that the insurance may be more expensive because of the cost it will be covering. So going to the Olympic Stadium and competing in an event, you may have to have higher insurance as a coach than if you were just playing at a club level. The health and safety is also important through all ability levels, because no matter whether you're at a club level, there could still be health and safety precautions that need to be carried out, as well as at elite levels. And it is key that all abilities have their equal opportunity to take part in the sport. So this could be taking part in, the tennis, making sure that no matter what level a player is at, they can still partake in the tennis and actually enjoy it. So if they are really good and at elite level, or if they are just beginning and learning how, they still need to make sure they have an equal opportunity to take part in the exercise. So the experience levels of the players can affect the way that a coach interacts with them, but this means that the professional conduct needs to stay the same. So compared to a club level young player who gets on with their coach and understands how to do something, a more experienced elite athlete may have a different relationship with their coach that allows them to understand and be shown things, but still in a professional way. So depending on the context that we're put in, the ways we go about different responsibilities would be different. So like I said, the health and safety would change slightly. So if you're at a higher level, the health and safety risk may be carried out for you. However, as a coach, it is important to always carry them out yourself to make sure everything's okay. And the insurance may be covered by the national governing body of the sport. However, it is important to make sure that it's all covered. And the professional conduct, it is vital that, dependent on the situation you're in, there is an understanding between the coach and the player to know what the professional conduct is. So this is like turning up in the right kit, and also working together to make sure you both understand where you are.